But folks, as I said, until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Well, hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa, and I say thank God it's Monday. Oh yes, my father once upon a time used to say thank God it's Friday. Well, I'm saying, no, not once upon a time. He still says that, isn't it? KSM still says thank God it's Friday. Well, I'm saying thank God it's Monday. Another beautiful opportunity to perform radio's all-important ritual. And I know by now the cultured have gathered, the seated, the patriots have gathered, and the lovers of nation are all ears, and we are all here gathered to make truth good, right here on Joy 99.7 FM. Welcome to another edition of That's My Opinion. And our topic today, folks, employers are seeking and the youth are searching. Employers are seeking and the youth are searching. Folks, the issue of unemployment the world over is very, very high. It's not an issue to be toyed with. And the advanced nations have a social benefit system, shock absorber, which kicks in when one is not in employment. So somehow they are able to mitigate their situation. Also, they are managing their population so they are not being flooded as much. And you know me, I'll definitely talk about this issue. The same situation in our world becomes even more serious because of our economic strength. We're not that solid at the base. And the population demography, the bulging youth bracket, also the speed with which we are growing, it's very difficult to create hundreds and thousands of jobs year in, year out to absorb these numbers, particularly when a great percentage of them are all clerks. We have a net increase of about 850,000, probably very soon hitting 1 million a year. So, folks, do the math. Where and who is creating this many jobs? And particularly when we are very, very skill deficient. Who is creating that many secretarial jobs to absorb these numbers? That's the reality on the ground. That's the reality on the ground. Folks, recent events with regards to our job search indicates that we are very stretched, and unless we intervene, it will only get worse. As more of the youth will soon be joining this impossible job search market. Now, I've had quite a number of sons, still do, that I look after in one way or the other. Folks, and every time I get the opportunity when we're in a car together, I give them lectures on how they should be upright citizens. You see, the one question I always ask them is, one thing that I constantly ask them is, what is it at all that you guys are being taught in the schools? No life skills whatsoever. No life skills whatsoever. You're wondering if the teacher stands in front of the class. Does the teacher share their life experiences with the child, or is all just working out a pie chart, a fractions, and then it's over and done? Well, probably that's a story for another day. Folks, particularly the young ones listening to us today. And nowadays we have quite a good number of them. Folks, a job is first and foremost to give you self-worth. To wake up and look forward to a planned day. Open your diary, the people you have to talk to, people you have to meet, a planned day. New challenges, growth, opportunity. fulfillment. Folks, the ability to make an impact. I mean, currently, Abeku is not here, and I miss him dearly. Why? Because he makes a very good impact to the show. I mean, you can't be at work and when you are off sick, everyone is happy and they pray you even recover. To stay away because you've made no impact. You are lazy, you are a pain, you don't seem to think, you don't prioritize your work. I mean, just giving excuses and excuses. When it rains, you are late. The sun shines, you're late. The wind blows the wrong direction, you're late. Folks, a job gives you the opportunity to achieve. A job is a platform to showcase your worth, to advertise your God-given gift. And yes, a good wage matching your hard work. But what's the reality today? Pay no, you're saying. They don't even ask you what the job entails. Oh, but that be penny power you pay me, you're saying. You haven't even asked me what it is you're going to do. How much are you going to pay me? How much are you going to pay me? The youth today are obsessed with one thing: pay, pay, pay. Not to build up self, not to be allow themselves to be trained, gather experience and knowledge in the field, not even to build a network for your own future, because you will need a network. The whole world is now based on networking. Just pay. So when the army and the services have an opening day for employment forms, it's like a cattle market. Folks, it's like a cattle market. The queues, the teeming number of youth, not because they have a dying ambition to serve their nation, far from it, but as a means of guaranteed survival and a guaranteed paycheck. So get me in the baby. Nana, Ubenya Fire Service and immigration, yamame. Hello? I mean, how? How can you be in love with immigration and the same person be in love with quenching fires? It tells you that he just wants somewhere, baby. And you ask the average person, which area, would you like to work in? And it's any area. And well, what type of job are you looking for? I'm looking for any job. Is it that you don't have a passion, a love for any field that you want to start building yourself in, so that at least you start gravitating that towards the area in which you are interested in? No. It's the pay and the guaranteed, the security, where if I don't work, I don't have to account for anybody. And one said me, what family, once and for all. Folks, the number of youth in university today who are not working, no work on your jumepia. All they do is just sleep in the hostel, get up and go to the class, and when there's no classes, back in the hostel, and if there's money to go and buy pizza, I go to pizza. And if you ask, why aren't you working? The answer is there are no jobs. But of course, folks, there are no jobs at that level with our economy. But have you approached, let's say, now let me use Senior Prega. He won't sue me, so let me use Oprega. Oprega has a company here, Abstract Consultancy. They do accounting, they do taxing, they do secretarial services. Now, as you are in university probably doing accounting or HR or something within this area, you go there and ask not to be paid, but rather the opportunity to learn by offering your services. Go and start doing photocopy, go and start, calculating something or filing something, or, going through receipts and making sure they are all there. Start from somewhere. So on days that you don't have lessons at uni, you dress up smart. And when I say dress up smart, Google how to dress smart so that you know which is a proper way of dressing smart. Your tie is not too short or too long, or your trousers not unnecessarily short. Google how it is to be present yourself. Dress smart and turn up. and go there and work as though it was the last job in the world. Yes, turn up there and work as though this was the last job in. Even if they tell you to just stamp envelopes, folks, you stamp the envelope as though you're going to deliver it to the Queen. Evenly at the right hand corner, whatever it is, do it perfectly. Now, so then people are then willing to train you. You see, the people are willing to train you to share their knowledge with you. You see, that's if you want to grow in that line of business. So that whichever line of business it is, maybe you are interested in agric and poultry, find a poultry farm and go and work for free. Go and pick the eggs in the morning, feed the chickens in the afternoon, pluck them, debig them, whatever it is. What if that's your line of business? Find somewhere, approach them politely and work hard. So that by the time you finish school, you may have 2-3 years of working experience. And if you prove yourself well, how many people will let you go? They'll probably hire you, make a space for you and hire you. But if not, the flip side is that once you are applying and you're searching for jobs, you can say, I have work experience, which most folks today, really get upset that, I just come from school and they want 3 years work experience. This is where you get it from. They won't say bring 3 years of your paycheck or bring 3 years of your bank balance. They just want 3 years of work experience, which by now you will have. So folks, that's when good money starts coming in, because you go there and you make a positive impact because of your background. So take your time. Offer yourself to be trained. Build yourself, honesty, commitment, dedication. Yes, maybe not everybody can afford it because times are hard, but the world is not fair. But many of you have got parents, uncles, something who can just support you. TNT be out in and out, 6 CDs a day, 10 CDs a day, to go and build yourself up. Because the queues are getting very, very long. Folks, yes, we can't close the gap of unemployment now. The numbers are just too much. But it has become even worse by the numbers of foreigners being preferred to by employers. The number of foreigners being preferred to Ghanaians by employers. Name one big hotel you walk into today and the manager will come and this is Mr. Amponsa. No, it's Ribeiro, Roberto, Sanjeev, whatever it is. Name one big hotel that you walk into today and they present to you a Ghanaian and say, this is the, Mr. Ajimai. He's the one running this 5-star hotel. Filipinos, Chinese, Indians are now being sought after. Togolese, Benin, Ivorians. This is making an already bad situation worse. But the truth, folks, the truth is that a number of Ghanaians are not quite making the mark. The petty lies, the petty thievery, the little add-ons to prices when they are sent to buy things. They're not paying attention to details, generally working as though it is a favor. Meanwhile, when they were coming, they were begging me, please give me a job. You give him the job and 2 weeks later, he thinks he's doing you a favor. A client wants urgent service. You call the driver. He says, well, my contract says it's 8 a.m., so I'm not coming in at 6 a.m. Yet, it's the same money that would have been made, which would be used to pay you. Where is your love and commitment to the job for it to grow so that they can even buy a new truck for you to also grow in it? Folks, now people want house helps from Togo. Can you imagine? People want house helps from Togo. They don't speak Ewe, they don't speak French. All they can do is either speak Ga and English or Chi and English, but they don't care. They'll be there making their own sign languages because they are fed up with the nonsense. Folks, I'm just asking. I don't know. But is it time to have a national dialogue as to why the foreigners seem to be a bit more honest and a bit more up to task. Because otherwise, in future, we may have a situation of xenophobic attacks as our sons and daughters wallow in poverty and unemployment while foreigners are here, folks, making it large right under their noses. We must equip them with proper life and work ethics to be able to compete as we go into the future. And it has to be deliberate, it has to be planned. You can't leave it to chance. There must be policy guidance to make sure we are shaping our daughters and sons in the future to be able to compete as we go into the future. Because as people are getting more wealthier and businesses are getting a bit bigger, they will just prefer to put some Indian, some Filipino there just for their peace of mind and go home and sleep and make sure that their business are working, while our sons and daughters are right here unemployed and hungry. Last week a caller said out of the thousands of containers that arrive in Ghana, they are almost going back empty. So which means we are here creating jobs for people elsewhere. Wherever it is the containers came from, we are keeping them very busy and employed. We must make it a point to start filling them to create jobs here. We must also supplement whatever it is that is being imported. Let's take them, split it apart, copy it, learn how to do it, so that if we're importing 10, now we can just import 4 because we can do 6 here. Folks, but this will require the good old skill which we so hate and are afraid of. It will be required, we will require to have the good old skills. How to make office tables, how to make chairs, how to make frames, how to make all these things that we are bringing in. Because, folks, I don't think the containers are arriving in Tema with when you open it and there's good English in it. I don't think the containers come and when you open it, a brofu in a womb. It is something that somebody has made. So we must wise up. But there must be a very deliberate effort to stem this tide. And I think now you have to talk to me, otherwise I'll talk till thy kingdom come. It's 0302216541. And we are looking at the issue of unemployment and the differences with the numbers of people searching for jobs and the number of people also looking for people to come and work. So there is a mismatch, there's a disjoint. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
It's been a while.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for this awesome program that you are doing for Madagascar.
Thank you.
But I know you are trying to divert from somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know what? We have biblical institutional leaders who are vying for something that will put in place of something that we don't need for now. Of course, when the current government was coming to power, they made a lot of conversations about creating job, avenues for people. They knew people who are coming from the universities and the lower level of education. They knew it. But when they came, they've never done that. Of course, people would never be happy. We are not trying to do things that are making sure that we are moving forward to the direction that will make us pay forwardly, that will make us all comfortable. But we are trying to do so many things that doesn't make us feel like we are trying to comfort a national development that will make sure that within the next 10 years, this one came to do this. I am also trying to forward it with us, that the next generation will get any other opportunity to move up. We are not trying to do that. Anybody or all of us come and then we are trying to forfeit our interest, the corruptive interest. And thank God that each and every time that I listen to you, I feel comfortable because you try to make us all feel that we're supposed to talk about, things that are knowledgeable, that are supposed to make Ghana more better. God bless you, Nana.
God bless you for tuning in and God bless you even more for listening. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana Kwesi.
Nana Kwesi, let me hear you.
Nana, you see, I think we've discussed this on the show before. Look, me, let me take myself as an example. I've been to university before. I'm a graduate. I have my certificate here in the drawer for the question. That one, I won't lie to you. And what I'm doing right now, I'm self-employed. It's a skill, kind of. And guess what? Most of the times, I deal with these university students who are in school right now. And when I go to them, and I'm offering my services to them, when it's required, and I'm offering it to them. Sometimes, Nana, the way they will act to you, almost as don't go to school. That I won't lie to you. Sometimes the way some of them obey you more. Sometimes I look at them and I just feel and I'm like, hey, who do you think you are? Or is it because you're in the university and I'm doing this kind of job, so you think you can talk to me anyhow? You see, my forehead is not written here before that he's a university graduate. That is the point, Nana. Skill, look, everybody wants to get a certificate. Right now, I've come to an understanding that skill is even valuable than a certificate. Nana, skill is valuable than a certificate because all of us are going for certificates. And it's these same jobs that all of us want to acquire. Now, when you are applying for the university, polytechnics right now, it's like a certain option. Or university, and the mesa do you understand? Meanwhile, the polytechnic should have been a place where everybody will be running to, getting a certain kind of skill. Graduate, he has something that he wouldn't even wait for somebody to employ them. But guess what? It's an option, surplus to requirement. So who do you blame? And we have leaders who are not doing anything to help us. They come and they want to fulfill their political promise. If you want to do BC or cry, he just needs something little. Not you be, not employ a for no. Oh yeah. So this issue and this solution is not one place. Oh, parent, every parent want their child to sit in the office. You know, this issue solution is not from one place. Oh, it will come from everywhere.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Almost 800,000 people are added to Ghana's population every year. That means that about 800 jobs are needed each year, not including the backlog. Hello, who's talking to me? Hello?
Oh.
Hello.
Hello, yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Who am I talking to?
You are talking to Ernest.
Ernest, let me hear you.
Nana, evening. I wouldn't like to say anything you have said already, but I would like to hype the population, how we are becoming more. Our number is growing. We are outgrowing our hospitals. We are outgrowing our schools. We are outgrowing everything. And we seem not to be caring about anything. And it's very dangerous. Because as we speak now, I have 4 children. And the way things are going in 2021, where there is no job, I've started crying for my children who will be ready for the job in 2035. What will happen then? We must check our population and our growth. Thank you.
Thank you too very much. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
This is Rukaya from Hacho.
Let me hear you.
Okay, so thank you very much for this topic. Now, there's one thing that hasn't been mentioned.
Yeah.
We have people who are supposed to go on retirement, but they are still sitting in the offices. If these people are there, how are the youth also supposed to get jobs? People going to work and then they've reduced their ages. And so they are above 60, they are above 65, and they are still there. Meanwhile, every year people are graduating. So how do we come in? This is very sad. One other thing is, now, as a youth, you graduate all right, and every member of your family is expecting you to make it and contribute to their home. Who is now helping you to even start up something? It's a problem because they feel they've helped you through university, so you should be earning something to also contribute. thereby the many pressures that the youth are going through. So I wish we can really find a lasting solution to this because it's so sad.
It's a discussion. Thank you very much. The discussion that should be had. Nana, I hear you. This is the situation at the moment. I went to look for an opportunity to work for a private enterprise for free, internship. Can you believe that I was asked who I knew in the company before I could do a simple internship? Nana Kofi, somebody also said, Nana Awiti also said, this whom you know business. Nana, what are we going to do about it? Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana, this is Abraham from Nungwa.
Abraham, let me hear you.
And Nana, it's sudden because the youth nowadays doesn't want to learn any vocation. In my area like this that I'm speaking to you, I'm a fashion designer. I've even gone now to employ people I've been telling them that they should come. I will train them so that they can help themselves and their families. Because they are not going to get fat money from the beginning, and some are having other girlfriends and mobile phone that they have to buy a lot of credit and systems on it. They don't want to go through any other training because they want quick money. They don't want to go through any pain so that in the future they can gain and then enjoy. So that is the problem of the day now. Thank you, Nana.
Thank you very much. This one says, Nana, in all honesty, these youth are just unemployable. Took one on based on the CV submitted, and to my surprise, interviewing her, the English from grammar to tenses were extremely poor. I was more surprised at the level of her ignorance, and I am convinced the CVs were put together for them. Was shocked to learn she was doing UCC distance education course with that level of English. On top of all their inadequacies, they expect big salaries. Nana in Spintex. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana. Good evening. My name is Neil Tinkran.
Neil, can I hear you?
Okay, Nana. For me, one of the things I keep telling is that, at the last job fair, the leader job fair, I told them that you need to get certain skills. How do you get the skills? Like you said, pick up internships and stuff. But when they do the attitude to work, they say they are doing a favor, they are coming to even interview for a role. They come and you ask them questions, and they just show off. You ask them questions, I need 2,000, I want 3,000. But your skills are not even earn you 500. So, that's what you don't have,
Sorry, your line is very bad. Even though I like your contribution, but the line is very bad. This is from my son Malik. So, Nana, this issue, I had to work virtually for free for 2 years after national service to enable me gather relevant experience before getting employed. Some friends think it was easy like that. All they are looking for is the salary. Meanwhile, when you tell them to even work for free for 3 months in order to gather the relevant experience, they would not want to. They are not willing to pay the price. 0302216541. Hello, and who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
That's Scribe Derek.
Derek, let me hear you.
Nana, this issue keep lingering on.
You on air, Derek? Did the line drop? Okay, sorry, Derek, the line dropped. 0302216541. We are looking at the issue, and we have a very strange issue where those employers can't seem to find, the youth to work. The youth can't seem to find vacancies to fill in the job. Meanwhile, we have foreigners in the middle, swooping in and getting these same jobs. And ironically, those who have also found jobs in spite of the scarcity are just gone to sleep. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, this is Comfort speaking from Bawi.
Let me hear you. If you lower your radio for me a little bit.
I would like to suggest that
if you lower your radio a bit so that the feedback.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
I'd like to suggest that government help the master trainers, like the chief, the artisans, so that the Ghanaians who have come out of school are interested in learning the trade can go that way. Because some of them would like to learn, but they can't afford the master's fee. So let's consider that.
Okay. So I think you're right. I mean, I've had quite a couple of people who want to go into tailoring or steel bending or something, and that initial fee that you have to pay. Some people can't pay it. Well, I made a suggestion once that should have been a state policy that people who want to get skills get help from the nation. It didn't go down well, but yes, I kind of agree with you on that. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yes, good evening, Nana.
Good evening,
Nana. My name is David Canton.
David
Canton. I'm calling from Shoma United.
Good. Let me hear you.
All right, Nana. Thank you for the wonderful job you are doing. I just hope that whenever you have this program on these days, every station, every human being, or every citizen can tune to it and listen to you. But what it is that, come to talk of this employment issue here and there, I think we are getting it all wrong. You see, forget about we have finished university, I need a job. Can you imagine that somebody went to Legon, stayed in Legon campus, or not that he is, staying in a hostel, campus, just is a resident there. And throughout the 4 years, if we ask that person where is Akwa IV Hall, he doesn't know where it is located. Hello?
I'm listening to you. Yes, I'm listening to you. Yeah.
He doesn't know where Akwa IV Hall is located. How can you call such a person a serious person? Before you finish the 4 years, you should be able to know every corner of the university. That will tell you where you are going. Now, let's go back to the employment issue. A lady just mentioned about age. People reducing their age and they are still in there.
Mm-hmm.
When we're growing up, in the secondary school, we were taught what is called the school going age, the working class, and that of the retirement class. Now, we are having this problem because we need to go back to our old educational system. Otherwise, believe me, we'll have problems. Before then, it is Rollins that brought this program because there is so much money being voted for the situation, and he opted for it. I remember I was a child then, but there was somebody who was a strong educationalist who went against this policy, and the man was in Tamale. You can check the rest of it. They sacked that man. Look, a country like Ghana, we need the old system where we have the junior secondary school and the middle school system. The children are being rushed. We are rushing too much. My daughter is in class 4 and is already using pen. I sent her for the first time to assist her in the mathematics homework, and she had made a mistake. We had to cancel the whole thing. Just small mistake, and restart it again. You understand? The old system is that which will help us, because when you go to class 6, you go and write, they'll conduct an exam. The brilliant ones will go to the junior secondary school. Those who are not brilliant will go to the middle school. You will go to middle school 1 to 4. From 4, you go to secondary school from 1 to 4, 5. And then the junior secondary school people who are brilliant, they will come and join you there at Form 3. Now when they finish, they'll go to 6th form for 2 years. At 6th form, you finish, you go and do national service. Whether you pass for university or not, you go and do national service.
Thank you very much for that contribution. This one is from Parkway. He says, Nana, are people listening? The Ghanaian youth seeking jobs have nothing to offer. Even 500 Ghana, I won't pay them as an employer. It says, Nana, the solution is for the young people to go through tougher training, military, national service, and attitude change before they come on the job market. But then Notedia responds and says, we also have employers who exploit interns, casuals for years, and also underpay them, Nana. Tying skills, competencies to jobs and personnel incentives is a serious business which we should start. But in the meantime, Pepsodent says just because something doesn't taste sweet doesn't mean it has no sugar. There are hidden sugars in food. These sugars cause cavities and tooth decay are even more active at night when we do not brush before bedtime. Your trusted and powerful Pepsodent Cavity Fighter toothpaste is fortified with pro-fluoride complex and active microcalcium to give you the double action and protection from cavities caused by foods and drinks during the daytime, and works twice as hard repairing tiny invisible holes even hours after brushing at night. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is available at all leading shops across the country and is sold for 6 Ghana cedis. Remember, for double action and protection against cavity, brush twice daily, in the morning and at night before bedtime. Pepsodent, every smile matters. And I tell you what, brushing the princess's teeth is a whole drama altogether. I have to introduce her. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have the princess of Edumasa to brush her teeth. And then she stands there all smiling. She has a record of shiny teeth brushing, and today she's not going to be defeated. 1, 2, 3, and then we all shout brush. So it's a whole it's a whole drama brushing teeth in the house. But in the meantime, let's see who's on the phone. Hello. 0302216541, and we are looking at the saga. And folks, those of you, hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Who am I talking to?
I'm talking to Vincent from Tema.
Let me hear you.
Okay. To start with, Nana, it's like when you call in Joy FM to make a contribution, you notice that the number is always busy dialed tone. It would be nice, when you call the Excel call center, they ask you to hold on, and then, they connect you. I can really work on that.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I'm sure they're listening. Mm-hmm.
Okay, to contribute, my contribution is we have vast land in this country, and we can consider agriculture first. It really helps a lot. Also, I noticed that the recruitment agencies set up all over the area, all over the city. They're just extorting money. People come with CV, make them pay some agency fees, and they don't even give them the job they promised them. Further adding to the frustrations. So if the government can regulate it to create some sanity, it really would help. And if the government can also consider, helping, maybe if you have an idea for the youth, some program that can help them, with their own skills to be employable. Because this one district, one factory, honestly, myself and you are not seeing it. And this is my contribution.
Thank you very much for calling 0302216541. And there's a long message here from Cosby Anthony. It says, Nana, let us analyze something here. Everyone leaving a tertiary institution expects some level of salary. Does Max International Forever Living Max International Forever Living Products, Long Range, etc. employ people? No, you invest and work hard for yourself. Imagine we apply something similar in most public institutions. Wouldn't we somehow bring down the unemployment level? Aban is not able to pay salaries, yet still Aban continues to employ so much. The private sector too, overburdened by taxes and rising costs, they wouldn't hire much. The university graduate, his head is so empty that they cannot create something for themselves. I have been doing a commission-based job for the last 9 years. If you don't sell, you don't earn, Charlie. As for the CVs, I wrote and distributed over 1,000 all over the world. Our education system, it has problems. Our employment system too, let us all turn to Hebrews. Why? That's Mark Hosby. And hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, no, if I just pass through.
Sure, let me talk to you.
I hope you're doing well.
I'm good.
Yeah, trying to put something down so that I can make a meaningful contribution.
As you might position yourself well.
Is it better?
I think so, but
I'm thinking about what they are going to do.
No, it's not
instead
better.
of what they are going to do, the companies. I was once with a certain private security company, which I was a coordinator in. A certain company, they have it before. They were and my are not because paying fresh, you don't know what to do. You need to let time train you so that the security personnel. Most of our graduates come out without knowing anything, but because they think they are graduates, they are thinking about a certain amount of money to be paid.
Your line is normally clear. Whereabouts are you in the house today that your line is dropped? Institute of African Studies Seminar, Institute of African Studies, University of Ghana, in partnership with the Ephraim Amu Foundation, celebrating 122nd anniversary of the birth of Dr. Ephraim Amu, African music and culture legend, titled Nana Ansah Revisiting Dr. Ephraim Amu's Ideals on Patriotism and Nation Building. Now it's online, yeah, so it's all going to be online and it's on Zoom. The meeting ID is 878-3997-2127. Meeting ID is 878-3997-2127, and the passcode is 190298. Professor Daniel Kujo Avagbo will be the discussant, and you must tune in to listen to this. It's the presenter is Reverend Professor Philip Lai, Professor of African Theology and Dean of the Accredited Studies in Akrofi Christella. So it's on Thursday, 16th of September, and it's all on Zoom. And make a point to listen, and maybe one day I have to do a whole show and Ephraim Amu. And I was just having a chat this evening, and I said if Ephraim Amu had been Italian, by now he'd be Saint Amu. Simple. By now the Pope would have done something, put some ashes in where he was buried, and he would be Saint Amu, and would always, remember Saint Amu. But unfortunately he's black, so he's an ancestor, and ancestral worship is not allowed, and so we let our legends just go waste. But what a man in 1936, the things he saw and the warnings and the things he said, he's definitely one to be called a saint. And this is from Dr. Cynthia Tego. He's wishing a happy birthday to Emeritus Professor Elizabeth Adefio Scandolf. 80th birthday, may God bless you. And 19th birthday to her own Princess Michelle Adukwe Tego. Michelle Mami says, God bless you. May you grow to be a beautiful woman, one with principles, one with culture, one with God. Happy birthday to you. Maxwell Agbagba is right here to give you the news bulletin. Means you cannot touch that dial. I want to say thank you to Kofi. Kofi helps us with the ones and twos today, man. Abeku is not here. But Kofi says he's lined up some serious tunes, something soul-searching tunes. So we pray for our youth to find jobs. Stay tuned. Until next Monday, God bless us all. We'll be back to do this all over again. And you know it. Until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter.